You've been taught to speak your desires aloud, to chant affirmations, to write goals down. But let me tell you the truth, words are not the key. Vibration is. Words can lie, but your vibration never does. You can say I'm successful while vibrating fear, doubt, and scarcity. And the universe listens not to what you say, it listens to what you are. Everything you desire already exists on a frequency, and the only thing that separates you from it is the gap in vibration. If you want to manifest your dream, don't just speak it, feel it. Don't just talk about it, become it. Your imagination is the paintbrush. Your vibration is the canvas. Reality only responds when both are in sync. See, imagination alone is just a dream until it becomes a feeling. And when you feel it, really feel it, your whole energy field, you start vibrating as if it already exists. You walk differently. You talk differently. You no longer seek proof because you are the proof. That vibration becomes your magnet. You don't chase, life comes to you. So stop repeating empty phrases. Stop trying to convince the world with your mouth. Instead, ask yourself, what am I vibrating right now? Because you can't fake energy. You can't deceive the universe. It hears your frequency before it hears your words. When your heart says yes, when your body feels the truth of your vision, manifestation begins. To create with imagination, you must embody the scene, not describe it. You must enter the state where it already happened. Close your eyes and walk through that future. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Hear the sounds around you. Smell the air. Become the version of you that lives there. And once you do, stay there in your energy. Live from that reality, not toward it. The moment you do this, your vibration sends a signal that is undeniable. That signal breaks through resistance, time, and logic. You enter the creative zone, the zone where thought becomes form. This is not magic. This is alignment. And once you align, life obeys, not because you shouted your desire into the world, but because you matched its vibration with your spirit. You are not meant to speak your dreams, you are meant to become them. That's the real work. That's the real secret. The words may start the fire, but the vibration fuels it. Words are a spark. Vibration is the flame. If you want to create something extraordinary, don't just talk, tune in. Don't just speak, embody. Use imagination not as a fantasy, but as the gateway to a new state of being. When your imagination is powered by vibration, you're not pretending. You're shifting dimensions. You're collapsing time. You're becoming what you once hoped for. And suddenly it's no longer a question of if but when. That's when life starts to bend. That's when miracles show up. Not because you ask, but because you align. So today, choose to rise beyond language. Go deeper. Go quieter. Tune into the pulse of your desire. Let it dance in your chest. Let it burn in your bones. Let it radiate from your skin. And from that state, watch your life change, not because you said it, but because you vibrated it. You are the creator. You are the signal. Make your imagination, not with words, but with vibration. The energy you carry is louder than any sentence you speak. The universe is not listening to your lips, it's feeling your frequency. You could be silent and still be manifesting mountains because what you embody is more powerful than what you express. When you walk with conviction, you send a message that echoes far beyond words. People, opportunities, and miracles respond not to your vocabulary, but to your vibration. You attract not what you say you want, but what you truly believe you deserve. And belief isn't a statement, it's a state of being. It's in your posture, your tone, your gaze, your stillness. When you radiate faith, even in silence, doors open. So stop trying to convince the world with speeches. Start embodying your vision until the world can't ignore your energy. Speak less. Align more. The true signal isn't spoken, it's felt. There's no power in saying something you don't feel. Repeating affirmations without emotional depth is like whispering into a storm. Your words only become spells when they are infused with certainty. You can repeat, "I am abundant," 1,000 times, but if your body trembles in fear, the universe hears fear. It listens to your nervous system, your heartbeat, your breath. If your soul doesn't agree with your sternal, nothing changes. What you feel is your true prayer. That's why silence with belief is stronger than noise with doubt. It's not about how loud you speak, it's about how deeply you trust. If your words don't ignite feeling, they remain hollow. So don't just say it, be it. Let every cell in your body know it's real. Speak when your energy agrees, and even a whisper will move mountains. Your mind is the artist, your imagination the canvas, and your vibration the color. Together they create the masterpiece called your reality. What you picture in your mind is only the first stroke, but what makes it tangible is how deeply you feel that image is already true. You can dream of success, of love, of freedom, but if your frequency remains low, the dream fades. Vibration is what gives imagination weight, shape, and life. You are not just daydreaming, you are blueprinting the unseen. When you sit in silence and feel what it's like to have it now, you move energy. You create ripples in the unseen world that eventually show up in your outer world. Don't draw with fear, paint with certainty. The bolder the feeling, the clearer the result. Vision is step one. Vibration is the engine. You can't say you're wealthy and still vibrate like someone who fears every bill. That contradiction is what delays your desires. The universe doesn't respond to double signals. You cannot hide behind positive words while harboring negative energy. You must become a match to what you seek, not just in thought, but in essence. This isn't about faking it, it's about embodying it fully. Your emotions speak the truth of your beliefs. If you vibrate worry, you'll attract more reasons to worry. If you vibrate peace, solutions will find you. You are an energetic magnet, not a linguistic machine. What you truly feel about yourself is what shapes your outcomes. So if you want to manifest joy, become joyful now. If you want success, feel successful now. Let your energy speak before your words ever do. When your inner state aligns with your vision, you create shortcuts through time. That's because your frequency collapses the gap between now and your future. The more you tune your vibration to your goal, the closer it comes to you. You don't have to chase it, starts chasing you. This is alignment, and alignment bends reality. Everything is energy, and energy follows resonance. When you resonate with success, you find it knocking. When you feel love deeply within, you begin to notice it everywhere. Time becomes fluid when you vibrate in harmony with your dream. You may think it takes years, but your energy says otherwise. Time isn't your master, your frequency is. Every breakthrough you've ever had began with alignment, not logic. So match the vibration of the life you want, and the waiting ends. The moment you truly feel it's yours, the countdown begins. That's the tipping point where desire turns into declaration. When your inner state says yes, the world has no choice but to mirror it. Vibration confirms what you believe is already real. It's the signature on the check of manifestation. You don't have to scream it into the world. A quiet, powerful inner yes is enough. That yes is magnetic. It sends instructions to reality. You'll notice that once you deeply feel it's done, the need to ask disappears. The hunger turns to gratitude. That's how you know you've entered the receiving state. It's not about waiting anymore, it's about preparing. You stop trying to make it happen and start living as if it has. This shift in vibration is the true beginning of manifestation. Speaking louder won't help if your energy says the opposite. It's not volume, it's vibration. The louder your doubt inside, the quieter your words sound to the universe. You don't need to beg for what's already yours. You need to embody the truth of having it. A whisper from belief is stronger than a shout from lack. So before you speak, check your energy. Are you vibrating from fear or from faith? The inner frequency is what carries the command. Words are merely the delivery truck. Vibration is the message inside. And if that message is powerful, clear, and true, you don't need to repeat it over and over. Your energy becomes undeniable. People will feel your certainty. The universe will recognize the signal. Speak from alignment, not desperation, and you will be heard. The most powerful frequency is the one that radiates without effort. You don't have to explain it, you just have to become it. The right people feel it. The right moments find it. You walk into a room and the room adjusts to your energy. That's what vibration does. It speaks on your behalf without needing a single word. You don't need to prove anything when your frequency says everything. That's the magic of living in alignment. The universe knows your signal even when you're silent. Let your presence become your message. Let your stillness carry your intention. The most magnetic people aren't always the loudest, they're the most centered. And that center comes from inner belief, from vibrational certainty. No noise, no chaos, just power radiating through peace. A feeling is worth more than 1,000 affirmations. What you feel writes the blueprint of your life. Words decorate the surface, but feelings build the foundation. Every time you imagine your goal with deep emotion, you pour energy into that future. The heart is the amplifier. It turns weak desires into strong creations. If your affirmation lacks feeling, it's only a wish. But when it's backed by true emotion, it becomes a command. You are a transmitter of energy. So ask yourself, what are you broadcasting? Is it fear? Is it joy? Is it joy? Your dominant feeling is your dominant creation tool. Let your heart lead, not just your mouth. Let your body know what success feels like. Don't just talk about the life you want, emotionally live in it now. To imagine a better life is to create it in blueprint, but to feel it now is to start living in it already. That's how powerful imagination becomes when it's supported by vibration. You don't just see the life, you walk through it. You touch the walls of your dream house. You smell the air of your new environment. You hear the sounds of your success. And your body begins to believe it's real. That belief shifts your energy. It shifts your choices. It shifts your opportunities. You no longer hope, you expect. An expectation is a high frequency state. It calls in what doubt pushes away. So imagine deeply, feel richly, enter the scene and refuse to leave until your vibration changes. That's how you rewrite your destiny from the inside out. The depth of your emotional connection to your dream accelerates its arrival. It's not how often you think about it, it's how real you let it feel. When you can taste the joy of already living it, your energy becomes undeniable. You radiate certainty without ever saying a word. That certainty is a beacon, events and outcomes into your orbit. This isn't about fantasy, it's about frequency. When your nervous system experiences your goal as now, your entire world starts reorganizing. You stop questioning how and start flowing in when. You carry yourself differently, speak from clarity, act from knowing. It becomes impossible not to succeed because you already are. That shift in vibration sends a message far louder than your voice. You become a living invitation for your dream to manifest. No effort, no force, just pure inner alignment shaping outer results. When you're in vibrational sync with your desire, action becomes effortless. There's no struggle, no resistance, just flow. You move with intention, not desperation. The next step appears before you even plan it. You become guided by energy, not logic. Opportunities seem to show up at the perfect time. That's the power of alignment. It eliminates confusion and invites clarity. You no longer overthink every decision. Your frequency chooses for you. Life becomes a dance between your internal belief and external confirmation. You feel called instead of pressured. The right people notice you. The right resources find you. You don't have to push doors open, they swing wide on their own. Because when you vibrate from wholeness, the world reflects that completeness back to you. You're no longer trying to make it happen, you're simply allowing it to unfold. Your energy is your signature, and it's being read constantly. Before anyone hears your words, they feel your vibe. That's why some people walk into a room and shift the atmosphere. They carry clarity in their field. If your vibration says confidence, people trust you without a pitch. If your energy screams lack, even your best words won't land. It's not about appearance, it's about essence. You don't need to wear labels or titles when your vibration speaks authenticity. You command attention by radiating certainty, not seeking approval. Every thought you dwell on is a brushstroke in your energetic portrait. So choose them wisely. Choose to radiate abundance, peace, joy, love. Let your presence introduce your frequency long before you speak, because that's the true language of the universe, and it's always listening. When your inner vibration shifts, your outer world has no choice but to respond. It's a law, not a theory. As within, so without. If you raise your vibration, you raise your experience. Struggle starts to dissolve, not because problems disappear, but because you outgrow them energetically. You begin to see solutions instead of setbacks. Life softens because your lens changes. You've altered the signal, and reality mirrors it. Relationships shift, finances improve, health stabilizes not through force, but through resonance. You didn't fix the world, you elevated your frequency, and the world simply caught up. That's why inner work is the greatest work. Change the inside, and the outside obeys. Don't chase circumstances. Don't fight conditions. Just rise above them vibrationally. You don't have to push against life when you can rise higher than the problem itself. Manifestation doesn't come from saying I want. It comes from radiating I am. Desire alone carries lack. It says, I don't have it yet, but embodiment says it's already mine. That subtle difference in energy changes everything. You can't fool the universe, it responds only to vibration. If you're still waiting, you're still vibrating separation. But when you step into the feeling of already having it, you collapse the gap. You begin to act, think, and move as that future version of yourself. And reality has no choice but to comply. You no longer look for signs, you become the sign. You live as the evidence of your desire fulfilled. And in that state, you magnetize it all effortlessly. Don't ask for permission to receive. Become the one who already has. Your vibration is your request, and your embodiment is the delivery address.